Thank you for listening to Lone Star Community Radio. This program was broadcasted and recorded live from the LSCR studios in downtown Conroe, Texas. Lone Star Community Radio is supported by listeners like you. Donate and sponsor today. For more information on getting involved with Lone Star Community Radio, contact us at lscrstudios@gmail.com or visit us online at www.irlonestar.com.
Welcome to the Texas Ticket. This is Armando, and I'm with Gina Magaly Rodriguez.
That's right, with One Property Group Real Estate.
That's right.
How are you?
I'm good. It's going to be a crazy weekend. There's a lot of stuff going on as always around here.
Yes, happy summer.
Right. Kids are at home now, huh? They're all over the place for everybody, just changing the game. As soon as I had it down, they broke the pattern.
It's okay. You got to enjoy them more. That's all.
Well, there's a lot of fun stuff coming on. We have Stephanie Fox.
Okay.
She manages the Lone Star Dancer. Is part of the organization group for the Lone Star Montgomery Dance down in Montgomery, Texas.
Yes.
And
So
she can tell us all about
that.
that. I got some questions on it other than just showing up and dancing. You know what I mean? That part I got.
Right.
You know, I mean, it's the other part. Like, you know, I think a lot of people want to know a little bit more about. And I think it's a great concept. I know Byron Sandiford, Mayor of Montgomery, Texas, was on the show, and he also was just really elated about it, really enjoyed it, and just I don't think anybody really had a grip on when that's coming and going and its schedules and things like that. So she's here today,
Awesome.
filling all those
Good,
gaps
good.
that I have found while searching, you know, for the Lone Star Street Dance, because everybody really likes it down there. Do y'all get
They
into
do.
it
Oh,
over
of
there?
course. It's
Yeah.
right by our office.
It is.
So much fun. Yeah.
Is it over by next to Cozy Grape, or is that in the?
Yes, around the corner.
Okay.
Yes.
Well, we're going to visit with her today, and coincidentally, I went to high school with her.
Oh my gosh. Graduated same year?
The same year, yeah. Yeah, she was in several classes with me.
That's great.
Yeah, and she will be here as well as Constable Philip Cash, Precinct 1.
Whoop,
And he tends to our lake and our safety there, and he's with us now, and we're going to go ahead and get this show started
All right.
and bring
Let's do
in
it.
Constable Philip Cash.
Hola.
Constable, good to see you, sir.
Good to see you too.
I'm glad you made it out to the show today.
Well, I'm glad for the invitation.
Of
and,
course.
and you just had a birthday.
Yeah.
And well, happy birthday.
Happy birthday to me.
Happy birthday, sir. Yes.
Should
was
we
a
sing
great
something? Or should we like do a little?
A ver.
Dun, dun, dun,
Feliz
yeah.
cumpleaños a ti.
Okay, there was that.
There's
you
that,
know.
there's
So
that.
hey, you went out, you had some dinner, and I heard that you were also the musical guest for the dinner.
Always. We also was
Really?
spent the weekend in Waco at the Texas Ranger 200-year anniversary.
Oh, that's outstanding.
And we won
Nice.
5th place in brisket there in the cook-off. Our cook-off team was up there, so that was awesome.
That's,
Had a great weekend.
that's really neat.
His team don't mess around when it comes to barbecue. Now Montgomery County Cook-Off and Rodeo champion, grand champion, right?
Yeah, 2 out of the last 3 years. We won grand champion. Last year we were 5th place, so we missed it.
I saw y'all come up several times for different things and do really well in different categories.
Yeah, we've been on a roll. And you know we'll continue hopefully, but we have a great time supporting the community and through our barbecue cooking, and we do a lot of stuff for nonprofits and benefit barbecue cook-off.
Absolutely, and
That's great.
you've got a benefit coming up as well here in Willis. This 19th, 16th of this month.
June 22nd.
June 22nd. Okay, and that's in Willis at the community building there.
Yeah, 600 Gerald Street.
600 Gerald Street, and they can get with you. What's the phone number to call you about coming out and joining you there for dinner?
You can look it up on Facebook.
Just find that link there.
Yeah.
We'll put it down below if that's all right with you.
Sure, that's
and
fine.
Sure,
And-
folks, if they want to come out to the state dinner, support Constable and whatever's going on there. I don't know what you do or how it works with constables at all. I mean, I honestly I don't understand the terms and things like that. And
Well, a little history of the constables in Texas when we were still part of Mexico before we were a state or a country first. The first constable. This is also the 200th year anniversary of the constables.
really,
The Austin colony sent a letter to the governor of Mexico over that area and
Okay.
let them know that they had hired a constable
oh,
for the Austin colony. And the next year they hired the second constable. So
They're
the
gonna
history of the
handle
constables goes way back in Texas history. And pretty much in Texas, you can have up to 8 constables in a county.
Okay.
A justice court will have a constable. They're both elected positions. So your JP courts, we have 5 in Montgomery County, so we have 5 elected JPs and 5 elected constables. You can have up to 8 in a
Okay.
county. We have the same jurisdiction, same arrest powers as any other law enforcement, sheriff or DPS or anyone else. And historically, we do a lot of the civil side of law enforcement. But we also have full arrest powers, and we do a lot of other things.
So if you're on the scene and I keep yelling, "This is a civil matter," you could still arrest me?
That is correct.
Dang!
Really?
But this is a civil matter. I handle that.
Yes,
You're
yes.
coming with me.
That's interesting. Thanks for that history, because sometimes people don't
great.
really know. So,
Right,
yeah,
there's
that's great.
about 38 states in America that still have constables.
Okay.
Constables are probably the oldest law enforcement agency in the world. They started in England and France, and pretty much anywhere where England had a footprint, you have constables. Australia, New Zealand, Canada, the Canadian Mounted Police are constables.
Right,
So
right. Now, how many years have you served now?
I started my law enforcement career in June of 1988, and I was elected. I worked for 3 sheriffs here in Montgomery County, and I started as the constable in the 2017. Don Chumley had retired, left an open seat. I ran for that position and was elected by the community, and I've been serving since then.
How long can you stay? I mean, do we get to keep you forever as long as you want to, or? Do
It's election to election.
but I mean, if just assume you won all of them, I mean, how long could you just keep doing it?
yes,
Okay, good. It's kind of like a mayor.
yeah. There's no term limits, but I believe in term limits. I believe there's a time.
the Lord.
There's also a time when it's time to give it up and let another generation
Sure.
take
Share
over.
the love. Yes.
Oh, yeah.
I'm envious of your day job. I mean, going out there on the lake, and that's a nice region to patrol. I don't think all constables have that good fortune. And
There's a few in the state. Most lakes really don't have a full-time marine division. They have volunteer reserves, or
I see.
they use Texan Parks and Wildlife. We're lucky in our community. Lake Conroe is a very busy lake. We're close to the city of Houston. Plus, our county is pretty large. It's a nice lake. It's got great restaurants, great
does.
ski coves.
Yes.
With that, we get great crowds on holiday weekends.
And a lot of travelers and
Yes.
first timers, people come out and rent a boat or rent a jet ski for the first time and have never done anything like that before. And those are always the scariest to me. I mean, when I was younger, we'd jump in any boat we'd get in.
Correct.
But then after a while, it was like, I'm not getting in don't get in the boat. He's going to start stunting the minute he pulls out of here. He's like, hold my beer, watch this. You're just like,
That
what?
is true. That is
Whoa,
true. There's a lot of party out there.
My
a lot
wife
of
just
parties,
lost her
yes.
flip flop. Slow down. Dang, what is the deal? We were just ferrying home, we thought, and then people want to start doing donuts. Like, they're in a high school in a parking lot all of a sudden, and it's like, that's not what's happening here. It's ferry back to the house. What happened to that? And, but I think that's just what people are compelled to do.
Right.
Sometimes it just
Well,
needs
it's
a
fun.
delay.
The watercraft, some of them are very fast. I mean, these jet skis can 80, 90 mile an hour from the factory. Some of the boats
Wow.
we see on the lake are race boats.
Yes.
But you still have the duty to be safe. And there's a lot of rules you have to follow on the water. And one of the big ones is the BWI, which is the same as a DWI.
Right.
You have to have a designated captain or
Yeah.
be the designated captain.
Is the levels the same?
Yes, correct.
Okay.
And it's sadly most of our tragedies on the lake involve alcohol or illegal drug use. So
Wow.
It's a recreational area. It seemed like that's where it'd be most focused and orientated, and everybody goes out there to entertain, but some go out there for athleticism, and some
Sure.
sports, and then some people just
Right.
go out to boat, and what do you mean boat? We're just gonna boat. You're like, wait, then what? It's like there's always the then what. There's no then what. That is it. That's what we're doing. We're boating. Stop it.
Leisure. Yeah, just for leisure, just to take a stroll on the lake. It's
Sunset, a
beautiful. Watch
sunrise,
sunset, Right.
well, it's a beautiful lake, and it's there for us to enjoy as citizens.
Yeah.
And the properties around the lakes. There's beautiful subdivisions. There's great ski coves. We have the beach and Ayers Island. There's different places where you can get out of your boat and swim and have fun with your family. But you do have to have caution when you're out there, because there is those that don't follow the safe, the safety.
So if I
on the
put my
lake.
divers down flag, that means what to other boaters?
That you we're pulling a skier or a tuber and they
Someone's
fell
in the
off.
water nearby.
Yeah. The red flags, they're not required. They were for a long time, but it's still a good practice, because
Yeah.
people know to look for it, and they know to avoid the
I'm
area. where
dating
you're skiing.
myself because that's the last time I was on the back of a jet ski.
We still see people use them on the lake, and it's a great idea. I mean, hopefully those rules are set by the St. John River Authority.
Are they? Okay.
And that's something they can review, and we've talked about it with them before. A lot of you have your state law, and then they own the lake, so they have some other laws that they put in place. So
I imagine the more people, the more that would be more likely to re-engage itself. Like to bring it back.
sure.
Full of traffic, and you got your kids around the boat
Exactly.
in a deep water place, and you can't see them. I mean, I assume something's going on if you're sitting still.
And there's boater safety courses you can take online to understand the rules of the water, public water, if you're operating boats or jet skis. The rental companies, they're supposed to go over the rules with the person that's going to operate the boat. You said that earlier, to get in a boat, as soon as they get around the corner, they just do whatever they're going to do.
Yeah, they
right?
go crazy.
Not everybody's as experienced as they should be. There's a lot of novices, and people need to take that in consideration when they go on the lake. Give distance between. It's a big lake. Give some distance between boats. Jet skiers don't need to try to go in the wakes of boats. Right behind them and jump.
Right.
Keep 100 feet from a boat. They're just some little rules that they should follow.
Right. It's kind of like that 10 miles speed limit,
Sure.
the distance between the vehicle. The 101 driver's ed course, was the same way in a lot of those principles.
Boats don't have brakes. So,
Yeah.
Right?
especially the jet
that's
skis.
not happening.
I mean, you can put it in reverse, but they still have pretty good forward momentum. And
Good point.
yeah,
Yeah.
especially the jet skis. We see a lot of them hit docks and stuff.
Yeah, the jet skis. The real problem for me and jet skis was that they're always lower than the bulkhead. So if the lake's too low and you tie up to the bulkhead, it ends up dipping underneath the
Yes.
bulkhead and starts
Yes.
banging up against it, and you get the ugliest jet ski on Lake Conroe. I mean, it'll still run, but because you're sitting on the engine, you know what I mean. But that whole front part is just crushed.
We started a program when I became the constable. We call it the Safe Lake Program, which we do on the big holiday weekends, Memorial Day, 4th of July, and Labor Day weekends, which tend to be the most populous time on the lake.
Right.
And we do a volunteer safety check.
Okay, cool.
Little form we do, and we go over what you need on the lake. We also have a little box that says A and C. If you have 3 adults and 3 children, we'll have 3 and 3. If one of our guys see you on the lake on a regular safety check on the water, if you present that to them, they can see you've already had your fire extinguisher, the other stuff you need. And if the numbers match here, they don't have to look at your life vests again. So you're in compliance. It also has a lot of information about the lake.
And where can we get this?
They give these out when they do the safety checks, and they change the color every day. So every day you go on the water, you get another safety check. It's been well received. We see the problems they have. Say they don't have enough life jackets. We catch it before they get on the lake. It's voluntary. They don't get a ticket. They can fix the problem. If they're on the lake and they don't have enough life jackets, it can be a pretty hefty fine.
Yeah.
Right.
So we want to make sure that the safety aspects of before they get on the water, safety before they get on the water. The number one thing we see is usually life jackets.
Yeah.
Not enough life jackets for the amount of people on the boat. A lot of times they clean the boat after winter, especially Memorial Day.
All that stuff.
Yeah.
They forgot to put their life jackets back on the boat. Little things like that. Fire extinguisher.
Anchor.
Yeah. Yeah, you have to have a.
Yeah, no doubt.
I don't know where that thing went.
Your life jackets have to be appropriate for the size, for kids and adults. Kill switch and lanyards required on most boats.
Yes.
Throwable, the little square cushion-looking thing.
Yep.
That's a throwable. That you have to have those. A charged and functional fire extinguisher, a sound-producing device. That could be a whistle, a horn, or your horn.
Okay.
So the jet skiers, especially, we recommend even people with life jackets put a whistle
horn
on the life jacket. Also, if you are in the water, you can still blow a whistle at night or whatever. But that's legal. That's what we do on
Right.
boat.
That's a really good point.
And
wow.
your registration card for your vessel. That's
Let me ask you this: if I were to jimmy a green light on the front and a red light on the front of my jet ski with some electric tape, let's say, and a broomstick for maybe a roundabout light.
not at night.
Hey, that's
Only
still
for
that's still not fair play. Okay.
Yeah, if it was, they'd put them off from the factory. That's a problem we have too. We get calls at night where especially in the coves, where there's a lot of lights from the piers and the
People
docks.
run around on jet skis out there.
They'll have a party or something. They get on the jet skis, and the neighbors call. We get those calls.
It's so loud on the lake at night. I mean, I can hear conversations on the other side. You know what I mean? And from April Sound, where it's really close there, where the antennas are, the line, I can hear people talking on the other side of the lake. You know, certain nights.
We get complaints on the loud music from boats. It's the same thing. It echoes
It's
across
so
the
loud,
lake.
yes.
It's too easy.
Yes,
It's like a
very
giant
loud.
echo chamber, and the trees bring it in, and it just, I don't know, the lake.
There's
it's
a
like
regulation on that also on the lake.
Is
got
it
great
24
acoustics.
hours open, monitored 24 hours?
Lake
The
Conroe?
Lake Conroe, yeah.
The lake itself is 24/7.
Yeah,
It has, during storms we've closed it down because of high water,
Right.
Harvey, and because there's so much
Yes.
debris that floats in the lake until we
Right.
can make the lake safe, and that's the call of the San Jacinto River Authority.
you guys
Yeah.
go out there every day, or
Every day,
somebody?
yes.
Somebody's patrolling every day out there somewhere.
Pretty much. There's some days when the weather's so bad we do keep a boat ready. Also, ESD1, the fire department in Willis, they have a boat on a dock on 1097.
Okay.
They're available 24/7. Our other Conroe Fire Department and Montgomery Fire Department also have boats, but the
Oh wow, I didn't know that.
the ESD1 station has got a boat right there, so the firemen can respond from their just walk out and get on the boat. So
Nice.
we don't
Pretty
have enough manpower to go 24/7 as law enforcement. but the
Yeah,
fire department does.
Right, right.
But we
right.
do respond, and so
Yes.
does Texas Parks and Wildlife.
And just like when we choose to go boating, I mean, as a local, when I'm wanting to bring the boat out, go out there and to spend some time, it's usually Tuesday or Wednesday or maybe even Monday. You know,
Yeah, the locals
you want to
go
come
on
out Saturday?
Fridays.
Nope, I ain't going out there.
Exactly.
Everybody's drinking and carrying on. You know, but
So true.
there's a lot of reasons to get lakeside over the weekend. I mean, they really draw you out,
Right.
irregardless. I mean, they're like July 4th weekend's coming up, and July 1st, you guys will be pulling double time out there, won't you?
Yeah, our guys go to 12, 14-hour shifts. I've been out on every holiday I can. I missed a few, but I'll be out with the guys on the lake and our command staff, and it's sort of all hands on deck at our office
Right.
for the safety checks, plus doubling up on the boats on the lake.
They're just all parked out there.
Yeah. 4th of July is a little unique because a lot of people, when it starts getting dark, they'll come in. 4th of July, they start coming out. So you got people who've been on the lake all day, and then you've got the people that want to watch the fireworks
They
shows.
just showed up mixed
And
with the ones.
it becomes a city on the water. You'll have, especially around Bellwater, Walden, some of the other bigger April Sound, the ones that have the big shows.
Walden shows
You'll have
is
hundreds
is
and hundreds,
outstanding out there by
hundreds and
Breakwater
hundreds of
and-
boats
yeah.
on the lake
Yeah.
at night. So it gets a little dicey. We have, once again, we have all our boats in the Parks and Wildlife. We also, our hospital district on holiday weekends assign people to us on the boat. So we have emergency
wow,
medical
okay.
technicians.
So you help somebody
Yeah,
right
yeah,
there.
Yeah, that's
Right.
great. That's
And
great.
and I assume that's for drowning victims, or people that are suffering, almost drowning, or that
Right.
resuscitation process. That's
Yeah.
Yeah, and,
Big deal at
and
the moment.
accidents, and we also have people that suffer from heat exhaustion and other
That
things.
is true.
Other injuries that occur around the lake, even falling on a dock or whatever it is. We can respond and usually be
I
there.
get scared of that. It's
Before
such an
the
easy
EMS
thing to
crew.
happen to anybody.
Right.
Slipping on a dock. I knew a fella. He was out on Ayers Island and jumped off that pier and he broke his neck
Yeah.
doing a backflip. He
Wow.
was quadriplegic the rest of his life.
Yeah.
And we just got out there, you know what I mean? And I know they just arrived as well, and then we were all just hanging out. And
Well,
It's like
you
this
just know on
crazy
your public
things
safety
happen.
side that we all work together. I mean, we have meetings. We just had a meeting right before Memorial Day. What assets we was going to have on the water, manpower,
Right.
our schedules, where we needed the most people. If there is an incident on the lake, we have an after action. What happened? What could have been better? And we work closely with all the fire departments around the lake: Conroe, Willis, Montgomery, and the sheriff's department, Walden Division. The ones around
Yeah.
the water. That I guess is District 5 for them. We work with those guys also. So we coordinate and try to do the best. We want everyone to have a great time, but we want them to do it safely. When my saying is be sensible and be safe and enjoy Lake Conroe.
There you go.
Right. I
And,
like
and
that.
I think part of keeping everybody right helps to keep everybody who's doing the right thing safe, and even if you're not doing the right thing, it kind of hopefully steer you in the right direction, so you
Exactly,
do.
yeah.
But man, don't hurt anybody else.
Thanks
You know,
for
we had-
monitoring.
Yeah, thank you
basically.
for all your help.
You
there.
know, when COVID hit us, it was right at spring break, and the kids didn't come back to school. So Lake Conroe was like spring break through the whole summer. That was a tremendous pull on manpower.
Wow.
Every day was like a holiday weekend, which was, our county judge and Sanderson River Authority decided to keep the lake open, where they were shutting a lot of things down around the country, to give families a relief where they could take their kids, get out of the house, get on their boat, and enjoy Lake
So I
Conroe.
got busy,
Right.
and you were at half staff already.
Yeah. And,
Got it.
and the RV and boat sales for local guys went through the roof too. 'cause
Yes,
there was
I
a lot of
bet.
that, but we've seen a lot of traffic, and it hadn't slowed down. It's been pretty steady on Lake Conroe. So.
All right, so I'm going to do a rapid fire. Right.
Okay.
So what I'm just going to shoot a couple words at you, right? And then
Here
you
we
just
go.
pick one of the two words. You don't even have to elaborate. I'm going to bring the next one real quick. So you just pick one of the two words I throw at you, and we're going to get started right now.
Is it a game?
Kind of a game.
Okay.
There's not really a prize or anything.
Oh,
It's for you. Yeah.
All
No.
right. She don't get to play.
I don't get to play.
No, I didn't really put one together for you.
No,
Next time. Yeah.
Next time.
Okay, so here we go. Rapid fire. Perry Mason or Columbo?
Mason,
Brisket or pork butt?
brisket,
Folk or country?
folk,
Willie or Whalen?
Wayland,
Breakfast or dinner?
breakfast,
Beretta or Deagle?
Beretta,
Two-step or waltz?
waltz.
And that
Aye.
was the rapid fire.
Nice.
Yeah, you did great. I think you passed. I'll have to watch the show to repeat what the answers were because I kept thinking of what the next one's going to be rapid. But so I'm excited. There's a lot of really good 4th of July stuff coming up, and
Yes.
some are on land. Like the
course.
Stars and Stripes at Heritage Park that's
Yes.
coming up. I think that's July 1st or 4th. Let me double check for those folks. I know
Definitely
Jody's
excited about
been
that. Yeah.
talking about that, and I saw they moved it. Yeah, they said they moved the date. I wish I could read better, but let's see, July 1st at Deep Roots. That's the 80s Independence Day.
Oh, 80s.
I think it's just a retro band.
I like that. That's cool.
Heritage, July 1st, Heritage Place Park, 500 Collins Street, and that's July 1st. 4 to 9 is what it said, but I
Okay.
found out 6:30 to 9:30. So I think when they said it moved, must have moved times because I saw
Probably.
4 earlier.
Yeah.
But so your wife is Heather, right?
That's correct.
Okay, and you have some kids, right?
I've got one daughter and son-in-law and 3 grandkids.
Oh.
There you go. Okay,
Yeah.
and are they still here in the area?
Yes,
okay.
everybody's in Willis.
Awesome. Well, that's great. And so I assume, when you retire, where do you think the homestead's going to be? Going to keep everything where it is, or you
Yeah, for now.
going to go tour Europe or something? I don't know. I don't want to kill your adventuresome spirit.
I'm looking. I want to run one more term. And
There you go.
2028 is my retirement.
Well, that's right. This is a fundraiser. Sure.
Retirement, another 4 or 5 years from now, and we love to travel. My wife and I love to travel, but
Cool.
we have grandkids here, so this will be our base. But
Right.
it's
And they're just as good. They're super fun. I love kids.
they're better than the kids.
Aw.
I'm looking
Grandkids are
forward to
awesome.
some grandkids. I really
great.
am.
That's great.
I think that's super cool.
Well, we were blessed. We I call it we because we're a big family here in Willis.
Yeah.
We were blessed to adopt a biological baby and his 1-year-old sister.
Oh,
And
nice.
while my
Wow.
daughter was going through and my son-in-law through the adoption stage, they became pregnant. So we ended up with a 1, 2, 3, and you've probably heard that story
Wow.
before. But
And the blessing was given another blessing, for
Yeah,
the
it was
good actions
outstanding.
there, helping those folks.
we
and
prayed and prayed, and our prayers were answered. And
Right.
it was
double, triple fold.
yeah, triple.
Triple.
But anyway, they're all having a birthday, and the little girl's the oldest. She'll be 5.
That's
a few
cool.
more days. So they're all 3, 4, and 5. So
And
That's
Willis,
so
Conroe,
special.
Montgomery area.
Willis,
okay.
Willis, yeah.
And there was, when we were at the cook-off, I think what was it? There was a gentleman, a solo guy, and I found out he wasn't totally solo. He's just the only one that goes up. A red shirt Asian guy. He pretty much got second. I mean, he Army of One, they kept calling him. I can't remember the guy's name, but
Yeah,
and then I think it was Valdez and Company, Hogs and Kisses last year, and then it was you the year before that.
right.
So it was Cash and Company, Hogs and Kisses, Cash and Company. What's the cook-off team's name? Cash?
No, Luke's Wood Creek Cookers.
Luke's Wood Creek. That's right. I knew it had a different name.
Yeah, Luke started that team when they first started the cook-offs at the fair. It was called Wood Creek Cookers, and the team's been there. It's sort of
How
a
long
legacy.
ago was that? That's a long time ago.
I started on the
when
team
the
in-
fair started.
Probably, right?
When
You were
I
a
started
teenager
on the
back then.
team in '92, there was a small group up in the front corner,
Yeah.
but they had already been in existence since the '80s. So it's grown. You know, it's huge now. It's one of the big barbecues in the Houston area.
You can't pull out now. It would
Right.
take you like what
Nah.
six years to get back in.
Right.
I mean, the waiting list to get a
Yeah.
team in
Yeah.
there. I heard is
Well, it's a legacy team. We added Luke's name
Yeah.
to it. Luke Reynolds. He was a big supporter of the fair out there, and we've been out there ever since. We have a great time.
That's
We have some
fantastic.
great sponsors and a great team. We just
Yeah.
You
and
wanna
it's all
do-
for the
That's
kids.
good.
it's-
so.
Good.
Tell me some of your sponsors real quick. Let's help those folks out that are helping you.
Well, we have Steve Anderson here in town as Showcase, and Buster Barsh, and
Right.
L Squared as an engineering company, and Gary Goring Concrete, and I know I'm gonna leave a few out because
And I put them
you
on
on
the
spot,
spot. I
yeah.
put them on the spot now, sponsors. Don't get
Right.
upset. It's been a little while. We're gonna bring it up anyway.
Southern Brewery, they've
Sun Starber. Okay,
they
sure.
give us
Good.
some adult libations for some
Sure.
of the I'm losing my train of thought on that. We have a lot of them now.
That's all right.
That's
Yeah,
all
I
right.
saw
Well,
the
thank you,
list. It's an
sponsors.
extensive list,
Yes.
and I know a lot of those.
Commissioner Robert Walker is one of our, and I'm a sponsor also. But
Okay.
Sure.
but we have a great time, and we have for years and years. It's a good time. We all, actually we have about 4 or 5 different guys that have small teams. We compete against each other all the time
Yeah.
at these little local.
Yeah.
Then we pull together at the fair. Fair's a pretty big deal, and
It sure is.
Yeah,
out
it
here.
is a pretty big. It's all we had for a long time out
Right.
here. Now it's a
Okay.
party every weekend. There's some
Yeah.
crazy concert. I've got a list, 4 pages, and it's about next weekend. You know what I mean? And it's just events, things
I'll
happening.
just give a
here.
shout out to the city of Conroe. What they've done here in downtown is amazing. If you
It has come a long
you
way.
know, I love live music, and there's a lot of places here you can hear it. Different bands, different locations.
Right.
And just in downtown, they started a little bus shuttle service. That's been a problem. Is parking,
It's
and
been
now they
cool.
have shuttle buses, and the Honor Cafes down here now. The downtown Conroe has changed. I've been here since '88. Downtown has became a brand new place, and it's
Sure has.
It's totally different, night and day. And we
Yeah.
were talking about the social life so much better now
I
than
love
it's
it,
been in the
right.
past. And I mean, because really, you didn't have any business down here very much after midnight. You know, I mean, there wasn't anything to do during the week. I mean,
well, 5 o'clock when the courthouse is closed.
Right.
Lawyers,
Everything's
law
shut
firms,
down.
Everybody left downtown, and
there was no reason to be down here.
Now
you
that's
know?
the beginning of nightlife. Out
Now
here.
they could
Well,
be
it's
doing a
good.
number of things.
Yeah, it's a good place just to have dinner. I mean, they have
It's
some
true.
really good restaurants now,
Right.
and it's continuing to grow. And they talked about this 20 years ago, and it's came to fruition.
Jody's
It's-
been really pushing that too. I've seen him
That's
working on some
great,
of those
that's
things.
great.
bringing
Some of us
those-
don't like to go south of the river. Just stay up here in Conroe. And,
It's
Or the
true.
east side of Conroe.
It's true.
East side of
You know,
45.
I think it's just in our nice, safe environment, keeping it here. Not that
Oh,
I'd
yeah.
have anything wrong with going down there. It's just it's a long way to go for a meal, and then I live in
Yes.
Walden, so
Sure.
it's
Takes you an hour to get to the
yeah.
food.
I'm going an hour for dinner. I mean, really, I'll starve out.
I live
before
in the woods.
I'll starve out before I get there.
And
But
you
it's
live
just-
in the woods? Wow.
It's just nice, having downtown doing what it's doing. And in the lake is all the restaurants around the lake now.
Yes.
It's just Montgomery County is in. We hear this from people that don't live here when they visit. This is one of the best places in the country to live right now.
Right.
So
It is.
Best
I'm-
kept secret.
I like it
Sure
because
is.
I mean I don't know any different, but I'm completely content as I should be. I suppose you know what I mean. If it was, then you'd be happy right now.
Yeah.
You know I am. It's working out fine.
well, Texas is also known for its music and the music
That's
scenes,
right.
and we're seeing a lot more of that in Montgomery County. And
Man, I want to hear you play. I mean, I think we all recognize the officer, and you knock like an officer, you call like an officer. I mean, may I speak with Armando Nino, please? It's precinct 1. I'm like, this is he. It's like,
Am I
it's
in
Constable
trouble?
Cash. You called me. I'm like, oh yeah, wow, okay. It's so odd when he knocked. Like,
That's right.
what the? What?
Yes, of course.
You could be bringing a pie to have the same knock.
that's you got to be professional.
Oh
That's
yeah, wow.
right, Armando. Be
Okay.
professional. That's right.
We just have fun. I've got a lot of really talented friends that are musicians, and they let me play with them sometimes. And
Good.
That's super cool.
do little open mics and stuff. So we
You
have
say
a lot.
when we'll come out, we'll fill the stands for you. I want to see that. I mean, I really want to see that. I
Well,
was
it's-
like,
you know,
where's the video? Oh, I got the picture.
If you check a lot of the local restaurants, especially downtown, they have nights they have open mic, which is pretty cool. It's a lot of local talent, a lot of just people that want to play guitar and sing.
Oh,
and
yeah.
219's doing it.
Yes.
Corner Pub does it. I think the firm wants to do it. I don't know if they are.
Social House, I think, is doing it.
Social House, that 219 Social House. Yeah, they're
Yes,
doing that.
yes.
And I think they're going to put more of that in there. And I think they have something going. And Barsh, not Barsh, but Charlie Diggs does their music entertainment
Right,
there
Charlie.
now. And so he's got that cycle in. And so we just kind of wait to see what he's going to throw at us. And
Maybe one day it'll be you.
he's got every musician out there on speed dial.
Cork this and tap that in Dobbin, a
Yeah.
little place out.
Yeah, that's right.
Harlan Ash owns,
Yes.
they do it on Friday nights, and they have. But
Ah.
you know, if you like Texas music, live music, they all have bands usually on the weekends, and a lot of them are free. The Table of Medley here, they have bands and
Ransoms in Montgomery.
Yeah.
Bobby Holder's been on the show. You know,
Yeah.
he used to be Cork This, Tap That. He's been on here.
Yes.
Yeah,
And,
he's the burger man.
Yeah, he sold that place to her, and he's there all the time. It's like everything that was there is now in his man cave. I'm like, well, this looks just like your restaurant. I took all the stuff. Then you rebuilt it to look just like
Well,
your
my wife-
restaurant. It's like, dude.
My wife Heather loves live music, and she's a
Aw.
Lukenbach person. You know, you have time.
There you go.
You gotta go up there, but
Right.
we have a lot of friends too, and it's fun to listen to just local people that
Support.
Yeah, you got a lot of
They have
friends. That's
square
why they keep
jobs,
voting you back
regular
in.
Yeah.
Yeah. He's deciding whether he wants to. I honestly, I hope it all works out, and we're blessed to have you helping us and looking after us. And the older I get, the more I'm grateful that you're there. And I mean, when I was
Right.
younger, I was really hoping you wouldn't see me. You know,
No.
but as I got older, I'm like, thank God
I've
he's
got
there.
a great group of people at my office, and we do all the mental health from Montgomery County too. That's something that has became in the light more in the last few years. But we started a crisis intervention team when I took over as constable, and we were recognized last year as one of the a good best practices by the Texas Association of Counties,
Really?
which is all the counties belong to,
Right.
for our crisis intervention. How we do follow-ups with people that have mental health issues. So
God, that's great. Thank you
yeah,
so much. That's
we
awesome.
we do a little more than what's required, and that's
Right.
but we work for the citizens. That's what everybody needs to know, that
Right.
elected officials and the people that we hire and people that work for us, we work for the citizens.
Right.
And,
I think we're just blessed to have somebody sensible. Somebody. I mean, it's almost, if you don't know somebody you're voting for, it's kind of grab bag. I mean, it's kind of like blind
No,
dates.
no.
You know, it's
You
kind of like a
have an
blind date. You know,
outstanding
not that
reputation,
I totally
definitely.
get to choose, but at some point we do. You know, and you know, friends or no friends, I hope they had an opportunity to see what kind of man you really are here. So we make sure that
Right.
we take all the meat off the bone we can get before you leave us. You know what I mean? Honestly, I'm glad.
there's a lot of this is election cycle right now. And most of our races here are over in the primaries. It's real rare we have a Democrat opponent. I did it on my first run. This will be my third time
Okay.
up. But what I try to tell people is look at people, do a little research before you vote for somebody, and real strong on a person's past actions are probably a pretty good indication of what you'll get in the future.
Sure.
That's
Especially
right.
you don't want to put someone in office that hasn't never really tried to be any better, And you should never run for office if you're not trying to make it a better place than what
Right.
it was before you took over.
And that's why our community
Do you
has
have to
really
live here?
respected you.
Yeah, I mean, do you have to live here to? I'm like, I can't run for a mayor of Montgomery because I don't live in Montgomery. But do you have to live in the precinct to be a constable of the precinct?
Yes, just in the city races, you have to live within the city limits. City council, mayor,
I just don't know how that works. with
commissioners
constables.
have to live in their commissions, their commission area, and so forth. But the sheriff, county judges, they can live anywhere in the county, but they have to live in Montgomery County.
That's right. They do the whole county. So
Yeah.
sure.
But then you have like our congressman Morgan Luttrell. He lives in Montgomery County, but he also covers part of Harris County and part of Walker County and part of San Jacinto County and part of Polk County.
Their little
That's
map
right.
looks
So-
different.
right.
Yeah,
You
so
know,
he don't
they-
have
yeah.
to. He just has to live in his congressional district. So it's
The congressional, that's the
Right.
word.
That's
Yeah,
right.
congressional district. Yeah, and that map looks totally. I saw it. I was like, what is that? You know, and they're like, well, that's
What
another
map is
congressional
that?
district. That's
Oh
the
my
one.
gosh.
What was it? Dan Mackinac and Morgan Luttrell, and I think it was somebody else was in that run back in the last one Morgan ran. Can't even remember who the third guy was.
There was actually a lot of people.
There were a lot.
You just didn't hear about it. They didn't really have the. It takes a lot of money to run for a congressional district. You have to have a lot of financial support because you have to advertise.
Yes.
But
Right.
he had, I want to say 18 or more. I may be wrong on the numbers, but he sort of made history without being in a runoff and
Yeah, cleaned it up.
just cleaned it on right off the bat. And he had some pretty strong opponents.
Marketing.
Yeah, well,
You
he
were
had
going to
strong
say
opponents.
opponents. I was going to say marketing.
Right.
It was amazing. That guy,
He's doing
I
a
couldn't
great
watch YouTube without him popping up.
Yeah,
It's
I
like
think-
every video I watched, I was like, really?
As a whole, Montgomery
go,
County, I
Morgan.
think we have, and the city and these little cities, we have some really good people in office. And, this county will watch you. If you're not doing a good job, they will
That's
vote you
right.
out. And, but, that, like I said, we work for the public. We work for the citizens.
Yes,
And
sir.
we have to answer to them. And I believe
Right.
you should have to answer them with good results and doing the right thing all the time for the community.
Well,
We really, really thank you.
yes,
It was
absolutely. And
very
thank you
honored
for coming out
you
and,
coming
and
out,
visit us on the show. And I hope everybody took the
Awesome.
safety to heart. I know it's hindsight's 2020. I mean, everybody knows best after something bad happens to you or your family. We know what we should have done. We just, it's the right thing to do to urge folks to do it beforehand so it doesn't happen to you. So take a moment,
Right.
be prepared, go run over the safety checks before you rent a boating vehicle in any way, take the proper precautions, go through the steps and listen for those things, those details that regard safety. And mind the other
Definitely.
folks out there. I mean, there's a lot of people out there. It's not just
Yes.
you.
That's correct.
But I'm glad everybody goes and is here on the lake and enjoys it as well, on the same side. But we all want to continue to do that. I think everybody
Yeah.
goes out there and wants to continue to do it. So
It's a beautiful lake. I mean, you hear a lot of scary stories about it, and it's a sandy bottom lake for the most part, and it's not a clear water lake. It's a little brackish color, but for East Texas, it's one of the nicest lakes
about
around.
190 feet, 195 feet, 200 feet tops. What's the deepest part?
No,
190?
it's probably 60, 70 foot.
60 over by the dam. It doesn't get deeper over there.
No.
That trench down the middle there.
Yeah, that's where
He's
it's
like
pretty.
swam it or something?
No, it's,
Scuba dive?
Well, we look in the Loomis, but I can't.
some
recall.
lakes are deeper, but this lake's not. The river actually the lake itself starts the San Jacinto River. So
Yeah.
it's little creeks and streams that feed it, but the the lake when it's at the normal level, where the docks aren't underwater, it's a pretty good lake. But we have the seasonal where they pull the water down twice a year now, and
Yeah.
sandbars start popping up. It can get a little dicey out there, especially if you don't know the lake. And
Right.
it looks deep, but you can't. And sometimes
deep.
it's a foot deep. But especially with the sandbars reach out from the.
Exactly.
Well,
yeah.
Constable, I want to thank you for coming on the show today. I know
Sure,
you
I
got
appreciate it.
important things
Thank
to do
you,
and people to look
definitely.
after and things to handle and songs to play, birthdays to celebrate, family to raise and
Right.
so we're gonna let you get to it. Now I want to thank you again for coming on the show. I'll look for you if you can make it out there at the Montgomery Street Dance. We'd like to see you out there if you can make it. I know I'm pulling his time.
Bring
like,
the grandkids.
Like you ain't got nothing to do. I mean,
Well,
I don't mean
we
that.
try to do as much as we can in the
Yeah, I-
community,
Right.
and that's. My wife has already talked about that. And there's some other.
I
things
don't, know, I
going
don't put them under there like that, but if they can, I'm going to go, and it'd be my first time to go to the Montgomery Street Dance. And
Yeah.
Well,
but-
they've had the
That's
wine festival out there for
Saturday.
years with bands. There's a
Yes,
lot of they do a
yes.
lot of, and I believe they're moving one of the festivals to the county park
the Fall Festival, yeah.
that's north of Montgomery on 149.
Chambers doing that one, and they came in here and told us a lot about that. They'll
Right.
be down there at
We're
the parks.
excited about that.
the
That's-
We'll
little-
see you then, too.
Yeah. But there's a lot, it's more and more people are coming to Montgomery County, not only to live, but to just enjoy our great community. So
There was a
True.
guy from New Orleans or Louisiana there, country singer. He looks Samoan, but I know he's not. I mean, I don't know that he is or isn't. I wish I knew his name. He's going to be at the Montgomery Fall Festival. Look for him. You'll see him in the lineup with I think several other headliners in there. I think Peyton Howie's going to be out there and a few others and a lot of really.
That's right.
But I've got some curiosity of some artists that I've only heard briefly online, but I thought they were amazing. And their voice doesn't match what they look like at all. You're like.
I like Jelly Roll.
Like, yeah, right. Like, that's amazing. But, folks, we'll be back after this, and we'll be back with Stephanie, and we're going to go over the Montgomery Lone Star Dance. We're going to learn all about it. We'll be
Yes.
back.
Thank you.
Thanks for having me.
Radio on my mind.
Every Friday, tune into Texas Ticket on Conroe's 104.5 and 106.1 FM with Armando Nino of Golakeconroe, focusing on Montgomery County area events and places. Get a feel of the Texas spirit at the event, paired with guest and vendor interviews, event coverage, and ticket giveaways, and so much more. Join us Fridays and punch your Texas ticket. For more information on the show, visit irlonestar.com/Texas Ticket. Welcome back to the Texas Tickets are
Lone Star Radio.
Magaly Rodriguez.
Wow, it's like a boxing announcer,
I
right?
know,
And
right?
here she comes.
Working on my side job. You said it like a horse race. Here comes Marky.
Oh my God.
That's dogs. That's the dogs.
The things that you think of, I love it. Okay, so
You thought of boxing.
wait a minute, but it sounded just like a boxing announcer. Okay, so who do we have now?
I want to really quick.
Tell me.
I just say congratulations to Nayola. He is a boxer from here in Conroe.
Yes.
He is now 3-0. He's
Yes.
Conroe native, and he just was in Galveston over the last weekend.
You're talking about this previous weekend
Yeah,
event.
he was over
That's
there
right.
at Fight Night in Galveston, Texas. One of our Conroe locals went over there and just went 3-0 on a professional bout. So
Heck yeah.
really exciting to see him move up the numbers there and build that up. So I wanted
Congrats.
on
Awesome.
the side note bring that up. But
Okay.
right up front, I have Stephanie Fox with us today.
Welcome.
Oh, happy to be here. Thank you.
Mother of the Lone Star Dance.
That's right.
Brain
Mama.
child.
Mama of the street dance.
Mama.
That's right.
That's
right.
the slogan, right? Mama.
Well,
Okay.
tell me all about it. Tell me, what was the idea?
Well, I grew up in Montgomery. Long
We went to high
time-
school together?
We did. We went to high school together.
Love it.
Yes,
Love
I went kindergarten through 12th grade in Montgomery schools, and it is literally my favorite place in the whole world. So we had gone on vacation, family vacation last year, and went to Garner State Park. And if you've ever been there, they do
Yes.
dances at night. And I went to it last year, and I thought, why in the heck are we not doing this in Montgomery? We have like the perfect place to do this.
Yeah.
So came back right before the 4th of July, and then we had it was last year's Freedom Fest. Talking to a friend of mine at the parade, and
Yeah.
she got me in contact with our DJ, and I just started planning it, and it was so funny because I literally made.
gonna do it.
Yeah, pretty much. I made a
Nice.
Facebook page, and I just started doing it, and they were like, you need to ask permission. So I was like, okay, well, let me ask permission. So went to the city, and it was weird because we hadn't done anything like that before, so they really
Yeah.
didn't know how to handle it. So we worked, through a few things, and basically I just did the first one myself. And they even asked, they said, how many people will show up? And I said,
Wow.
maybe like 80 or 100. So I was hopeful, right? And we probably had about 500 people show up.
Oh
so it
my
was
gosh,
crazy.
yeah.
And so then obviously there was, this interest in keeping things going.
Yeah.
So then it became a little more complicated with permitting, insurance, and it became very expensive and not something that I wanted to do myself.
Wow.
So I was able to go and get funding from a grant and do the next two dances. So
Cool.
they were equally successful, and now we actually partner with the city of Montgomery, and they are the ones that provide all those things for us. So now I get to just, almost
We gave
come to
Byron
the
a hard
dance.
time. We gave Byron a hard time.
Yeah?
He came in here. Yeah.
Yeah.
We're like, so, all that's cool. What up with the street dance?
Yeah, right?
It didn't go down like that. So, come on, man.
We have so many cool things
That's
in
not what
Montgomery,
happened.
honestly. It's and so we actually don't bring any vendors or anything in. We let our downtown businesses really sort of reap the benefit of a Saturday night crowd.
Right.
And so the businesses seem to love it. The people seem to love it, and it's the sweetest thing ever. It's very cool.
I know everybody that's going tells me wonderful things, and I know the area where you're doing it.
Yeah.
I kind of know what's happening, and then I had a lot of feedback from different people that went.
Yeah.
And they're all telling me how cool it is, and you got to go check it out. And I'm like, Stephanie's doing that. They're like,
Yeah.
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 I'm like, super cool.
Every time I do it, I'm almost brought to tears. I'm like, I can't believe this is so cool. I mean,
Steph,
to
come
see
on.
the families.
You know they
oh
love
my
you out
gosh.
there. You say you love that
So
town, but I
blessed.
think it loves you just as much.
Thank
I
you.
mean,
Thank you.
and that's why I called you to come on the show, because I figure all your fans would want to come.
My fan club.
Of course.
She's here. I told you.
It's my
So you
kids and my
coordinate
mother. Yeah.
Everything. Tell me about it. You coordinate the whole entourage of the night.
Yeah.
Tell
So
me.
actually, we do it with a really small crowd.
Okay.
So we have like sort of a committee that is me, my mother, my friend Sarah, our DJ Kevin,
I love it.
my friend Sue Ann, and then Derek, her husband, and that's it. But now that we've got the city, we don't have to do, we've got help from the city helping us do
Good.
trash and, set up and all that stuff. But before we were just out there sweating and doing the work, and it was just fun. It was just so
That's
cool.
good small town stuff.
It's
eh,
exactly good small town stuff. And the kids love it. Gives the kids
Oh, yeah.
something to do. So it is just super cool. I'm
So
very
what's
proud of it.
What's the date for the one coming up?
Saturday, June the 17th. We're starting at 7:30. We do start the dance a little later during our hotter months because
Yes.
it's a little warm out there.
Yes.
And then it'll be over at 10:30. So we've started incorporating other things like the last dance that we did. Yes, it was the last dance. We had a line dancing lesson. And our coach Amanda, who taught the
Nice.
line dancing lesson, is going to be on vacation. So this time we have a group called the Little Wranglers coming, and they're going to do a little dance performance for us around 7:30 to like 8 o'clock ish. So yeah,
The little Wranglers.
Yeah.
Where'd you find little Wranglers?
they found us. They contacted us on Facebook and said that they would love to come and hang out.
Perform
Actually, you know
or
what?
whatnot.
I'm giving you the wrong times. So the dance starts at 7:30. Little Wranglers are going to be there about 8. So we're
Okay.
going to have a classic country. We do like to do a classic country set because, I mean,
Yeah.
everyone likes a classic country, right? So
course.
Yeah.
we don't want to just start off with all the crazy stuff,
Yeah.
Getting low.
Right? No, I'm getting low.
And actually-
we might be in the wrong place.
Well, and that's a really good point too. Our DJ
windows,
does
get
a
off.
fabulous job of making sure that it's all super kid friendly. So you can bring your kids
Good.
out and you don't have
Good.
to worry about anything
yeah, I
crazy
don't like
going
that
on.
kind of music anyway.
Armando,
Exactly.
yes, you will have to behave with the girls. You have to bring your girls.
Oh,
my goodness.
And it'd be a great time to teach them how to do some of those things. Watch the
Yeah.
Little Wranglers. They get inspired. Even the
Yeah.
line dancing thing would have been something really interesting to them. I mean, we've gone to, I guess, live music here at Heritage Park, and they dance the whole time.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Or we'll go to the Waterway, and
Yes.
there's a
Yes.
band playing
Yes.
out
Yes.
there. Like the guy, it's Level One, the Level One band, and
Yeah.
it's got a Michael Jackson guy in
Yeah.
there. His brother just happens to be best friends with my brother Greg Nino,
Yeah.
that you know.
Yes,
and,
yes.
they're tight. And I was like, wait, your best friend? That's his brother, Michael Jackson. Well, he's a Michael Jackson.
Small world,
tribute
right?
artist.
Yeah.
I'm like,
Yes.
whatever.
Yeah, no.
So yeah, the association was so there, and I think that when the kids see this kind of music and stuff they're familiar with, whether it be country
Yes.
or other kids
Yes.
dancing or. They're welcome. They're all in.
Oh, yeah.
Irregardless, I mean, you could be about anything, like
Oh, my gosh,
study
yes.
of rocks. And the kids are like, "Oh, can we get a rock?
Do you know-
Yeah, bring those rocks.
Yeah.
Come on over
Do you
here,
know-
kids." And they'll just right in there like they were just
Yeah.
born to play with those rocks. I mean,
Absolutely.
but they did the mini maestros in the Woodlands last weekend,
Uh-huh.
and that's really where you get to play with different instruments. You went
Oh,
to
cool.
the at the Cynthia Mitchell Woodlands Pavilion had like a youth band orchestra
Yeah.
play, and then afterwards you got to go as a mini maestro
Oh.
go handle instruments, play with the
Very
violins
cool,
and
yeah.
stuff,
Really
and,
neat,
and do
right?
all this stuff. And I thought that was really cool
That is.
they got to touch it. And you're gonna let them hold that violin?
Yeah, I mean, that could
I'd
really
put it on
spark
the
a
top.
passion.
Exactly.
Yeah,
'Cause
absolutely.
if I had a violin, I probably wouldn't let her touch it.
Right.
You know what I mean? Don't touch the violin. That's not for
Actually, if
kids.
you had a
Yes.
violin, you shouldn't touch it either, probably.
Yeah, maybe not. I agree.
But it's just
I agree.
that it's fine China mindset. You know
Yeah,
what I mean? It's
yeah.
not really that I didn't want her to. But it was so cool to have that opportunity. We opened it up, watched them
Yes.
handle someone else's violin,
Right.
and behave well with it, and or pick up a trumpet and blow a tune, or
Yeah.
go do a line dance,
Yeah,
and learn how to
absolutely.
waltz or two step, and
Yeah.
'cause I think Constable said he prefers a waltz.
Yes, I
Yeah.
think so. Right?
Waltz is hard to
Nice
beat.
little- yeah.
Yeah.
Cheek,
It
old
was
school.
it was cool too when we did the line dancing thing. We are going to bring that back. So we're going to have Amanda back and do that
That's
again in the
super cool. Yeah,
future.
she was just
So you
over
definitely
here.
got to bring the kids out for that. But I was surprised at how many like everybody did it. It wasn't just like
Everybody.
kids. It wasn't just
People were having fun. Yeah.
all age groups. I mean, it was not specific to just a kid thing or just like a certain age group of adults. Everybody was out there and enjoying themselves. It was
That's
cool.
A
I was
special.
surprised.
It's that bond of Montgomery.
Yeah, it was really cool.
I think people, it's
Very
like
nice.
dancing in your kitchen. So I'm in
Yeah,
Montgomery.
of
So if I was
course.
downtown Houston,
It's so
probably
beautiful out
we
there
would
with
have
all the
sat it
trees
out.
and
You
stuff.
know, you know, in Montgomery.
We'll just watch. But in Montgomery, no, we get up and do it.
Gotta take my shirt off. You know, and kick off your
So,
shoes.
question:
Throw a hat around.
will there be like food trucks out there and stuff? Or,
So
like,
we-
paint the
Inherent,
picture.
right? There's some
Paint the
already
picture.
there, right?
Well, yeah, we've got some places, some businesses already
Okay,
in place,
good,
and we
good.
actually just try to make sure that we're promoting our local guys that are
Okay.
already there. The ones that
Good.
are invested in our city and they've been there, that's the ones that we want to make sure that they get the business
What
that
about some of
night.
these new guys? You got a lot of new places down there now. I mean,
Yeah.
I know two that I'm ready to hit up on the top of the food list.
Yeah.
The new burger place where Heritage House used to be.
Yes, Montgomery Grove.
Montgomery
Yeah,
Grove.
it's
Love
awesome.
It.
Yeah.
It looks good.
It's so good.
I'm just looking at pictures saying I love it because I mean I love the idea of what I'm looking
No,
at here.
it is good.
I mean I'm looking at a burger somewhere in this
Yeah.
vicinity. You
Yeah.
know.
It's
Yeah?
yummy.
Been there?
Yes.
What about that little place where the Acorn used to be? What is that?
You know that's a barbecue place, and it's called Bar A B Barbecue. I'm probably,
Yeah, yeah.
but
Have you tried it yet?
I've actually not tried it yet. But my parents, my brother-in-law, my sister, they all love it.
Yeah. Okay.
So I need to check it out.
I wonder if it was the same people that were there before. Is it new people?
I don't. I think these are new people.
Okay.
And I think they seem to be doing well, which we love that. We want Montgomery to thrive and
Right.
be a great
right.
place to come visit and
Good.
eat.
So all the
Yes.
businesses will supporting you that night with
Yeah.
ready food, any specials, anything. You never know.
Well, I don't know about any specials. I do know this is
Mm-hmm.
probably the first time that a lot of the places, there's a couple food trucks that are no longer there, unfortunately, but we still have our ice cream guy. This is going to be the first time that
Bill Clevenger.
yes, and this will be the first time that Montgomery original snowballs will be open. So we're excited.
Oh, yeah, that's
That,
right.
well, I say
That's
they're
a
going to be open.
Silver Bullet,
No
right?
pressure. Now you have to be open, right?
That's that
Right,
Silver
that's
Bullet
it.
trailer. The
No,
big
that's
one?
the little place over in Jim's Hardware. Actually, my
Yes.
son is working there right now, so I
cool.
gotta go keep him busy.
Yeah, yeah. And then you got
that's
H
neat.
Bistro. It's new right there.
Yes.
Bistro.
And that is
Yes,
awesome.
yes.
You pronounce
I
it
went
Bistro.
there about a week or so ago. It's a fabulous place. I love.
you eat?
I did. I always eat. Yes.
Well, I mean that place is just really a bar almost.
But you know what? They're
Little
gonna-
They're small bites, yeah.
small bites.
They're
you
adding
know.
more to the menu. So we had like a little charcuterie board, and they're going to add paninis. I text Steve, the guy who has it. He's actually my neighbor, and I was like, "More food, please."
You talking about the French guy?
Yeah, he's my neighbor.
He was here. He was here.
Yeah, I love him.
That's
Steve and his
Steve.
wife
That's
Stephanie.
Steve.
Yes,
Our Steve.
Yeah.
It's her Steve too.
He's
We
your
share.
neighbor.
he's my neighbor.
He's cool, huh?
He's so
he
cool.
seemed cool. I don't know.
He is a
Sometimes
really
we
cool
only get
guy.
30 minutes with him, you know.
I
but he
love.
seemed
No,
cool.
they're the best. They're the best neighbors ever. I love them.
That's
and
awesome.
and the fact that I can walk down and support them. We actually live right down the street from where the street dance and all this fun stuff happens. So I'm lucky. I get to just walk down and support my friends.
Exactly. Oh, how fun.
Yeah,
I'm
it's
excited.
cool.
We'll
It's
definitely
very
have to
cool.
be there
Yeah.
next Saturday.
Yes.
7:30.
Yes, the 17th. Come to Montgomery.
So do we bring lawn chairs? or
Bring your
just come-
chairs,
yeah.
absolutely. It is. We do set up a little perimeter that you can, watch our dancers and save a little spot. So when you're out twirling around the dance floor, you got a chair to come back to. So yes, bring your own chairs.
And a little something else. July 1st in Montgomery, Texas, historic Montgomery, at 14420 Liberty Street. You can kick off the July 4th celebration, but it will be July 1st from 9 to 3 p.m. There'll be a parade, and I'm not entirely sure, but I'm believing this is a no trailer parade. But
I'm not sure that either, but it's always a fun
pretty
event.
sure. 'Cause
And
I
this
think
is
other people
where
can get in it, and you can dress up. You
Yeah.
can bring your bike. You can bring your little car, and you can put things on your own
Yes.
vehicle. But no trailers, right? So that means there's no huge giant floats. But you're able to
It's
walk
fun,
up
though.
and get the
It's so
candy,
fun,
get the
yes.
things. People are handing you
Yes,
goodies,
yes.
and the kids love it. And that's really who it's for. I mean,
Yes.
not that we don't all get into an early morning parade with screaming babies in your hand, but with no floats. But the kids love it. I mean,
Yeah.
love it when the Kiwanis or the Lions go scooting down the street in their little pedal cars and the
Yes,
box cars, the
yes.
soap box cars, or whatever those things are. It's super fun, and I think it all pulls into that wonderful hometown feel that Montgomery
Absolutely.
is, and still holds on to.
Yes.
And although there are several new businesses, they're using a lot of the older establishments. I mean, there's not like a new high rise down there. You know what I
Right.
mean?
Yeah, I don't
there's
see
not
that
this-
happening.
We're not cutting down
know,
trees
yeah,
and
right.
Right.
and building flattening land so we can add all that stuff. I see a lot of recycling, what's best, what the community takes to, what we enjoy,
Yes.
what
Yeah.
foods that are being most consumed in the businesses that I guess with the lineage to move through, either a son to go on with the business like Vernon's Country Catfish for some, or other types of businesses that have that lineage leadership that
Sure,
just keeps
yeah.
on going, versus a burger that's just insane,
Yeah,
or a meal
yeah.
that's just good. That lineage goes on
Yeah.
and on.
Yeah.
In the recipe book of the ages, and
Right.
the Chronicles of Burger Fresh. It's like,
Yes.
ooh, everybody was like, open that sucker up, and but I think that brings on two styles of success. One, a good business and a thriving business. So the
Yes.
thriving business is going to go no matter who's at the helm because
Yeah.
it's thriving.
Right.
A good business can move on with good lineage and good food and people
Yes.
to move on with the torch. And people that just have a job. I'm a chef. That's what I do for a living. And we were talking about the further off in the woods, usually you find the better chefs.
Yes.
Because there's less places for them to go out to eat and they're hungry.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And they like to eat. We all do. But when there's nowhere to go, you start getting resourceful. Resourceful means you start using these hands and start putting some things together. You know what
Oh,
I mean?
yeah.
And the next thing you know,
Yes,
it matures into something fantastic in your later years, and then there it is.
Yeah.
So so for Montgomery to have food so plentiful in such a good way and up and coming it's always to me a sign of civilization's finding its way to us.
Yes.
When the good food finds its way to me.
Yeah.
I'm
Absolutely.
not deep enough in the mountain. I need to do Charles Bronson, go up in the mountains.
Yeah.
And,
Yeah.
gotta go a little deeper. But come on out into the water. Let's get a
So
little
no
bit
matter
deeper.
what, rain or shine, we'll be there.
Well,
We'll
we
be
do
there.
have
You can't dance in the streets in the rain.
Oh,
Can
yes, you can.
What's
You can
that?
dance.
Can you dance in the rain?
well, you could dance in the rain, and
It was
actually
safe.
our DJ is covered, so he
Okay.
the music could play on. But now that we've got the city involved, we do actually have a little backup plan that if there were inclement weather, we could reschedule for the next weekend, which would be the 24th.
Okay,
So
okay.
hopefully we don't have to do that. Hopefully
Yes,
we're
yes.
dancing on the
Yeah.
17th.
Crossed, yeah.
And,
Yeah.
and, all goes well here. What would be the tentative or firm next date?
Well, I don't know. There's definitely not a firm date. I would say if we're looking at a June dance, maybe actually what we did last year is we tried to do the fall dance kind of in between football season and hunting season because we knew we were going to lose some people, were those things.
There won't be anybody to dance with. Since
Well,
hunting season
it
starts.
ended up falling on a date that we had an Astros game. So then we lost a few people to that. But, we still had a great crowd. So we're probably kind of same, maybe October-ish, for the next one, hopefully.
And I think all the fall fests will be in September that are going to be happening in Montgomery, like
Yeah.
the one at the ballpark out there.
Yeah.
That's got all kinds of good musicians.
Yeah.
That-
Yeah.
That thing's going to be insane.
Yeah. We've got a
and
lot of cool things going on in Montgomery.
But now
Always.
Saturday, isn't that the day before Father's Day?
It is. It is
So
the day.
is there a Father's Day twist to it at all, or?
Well, you can bring your dad to the dance and have
Dance
him
with
watch
your
the
dad.
Little Wranglers and,
Yeah.
And if you don't dance with your dad, dance with
Daddy,
somebody's.
daughter dance.
Dance with somebody's
Actually,
dad.
you know what's funny? It's
It'll work.
really sweet. There are a lot of dads out there that are teaching their little
Yes.
girls how to dance.
Aw,
So that's one of
so
the most charming things about this dance is that you see the parents, even grandparents out there twirling their kids around, and it's just it's super cool. It would be. I mean, of course, it's going to go hand in hand with Father's Day, right? I mean,
Yes.
it's again
That's a
a
nice
family
little
event.
tagline
Yes,
on Facebook.
I need
absolutely.
about
Day
6 or
before,
8
yeah.
more inches, and I think mine's ready to spin.
Yes.
We're ready to go. But
Yeah.
right now, I'm almost got to it's this awkward
Pick her
dance.
up.
Just get out there while you can, right?
You got this crouch two-step. You know,
You know what?
it's
When she gets a little taller, she might not want to hang out with you as much. Better
That's
take her
right.
dancing now.
I know. We were talking about 12-year-old girls do what 12-year-old girls do.
Yes.
And
Yes.
babies do what babies do. They're gonna destroy that diaper. You know what I mean? It's like clockwork. It's
Oh, yeah.
guaranteed.
But I think there's no age to
Yeah.
learn to dance. There's no age
Sure.
limit. There's
Yeah.
not. Babies,
Really,
newborns start
yeah.
moving, and so I think it's great. I think it's great
Yeah.
what you're doing.
And the
I'm
fact
really
that we
excited.
do the classic country, I mean, listen, it's Texas. These kids need to know how to two-step. They need to know how to waltz.
Exactly.
They need to know how to do some line dances. So we're
Yes.
just trying to, keep it the small town feel, but really keep it old school, you know.
Yeah.
Somebody told me, because I make some videos and stuff that I put out on social media, and they said, you need to put newer country. And I was like, yeah, but I like George Strait. And, you know,
Right.
actually the last one I did is a Hal Ketchum song, and it's Small Town Saturday Night. I mean, you know.
You can't please everybody with one song
Yeah.
except for old school songs. I mean,
Yeah.
because you could still get everyone in that group. But if you try to go new, there'll be people, I prefer old country.
Yeah.
Or, I
Well-
don't know who the hell that is.
Well, we want to do something too that actually appeals to all age groups, and it's so fun
Right.
too to see
Right.
the older couples out there spinning around the dance floor that maybe haven't been out there in a
We can all
while. And,
relate and get comfortable for a song like
Yeah,
that. 'Cause I
yeah.
know how the next beat's going to go.
well, you
It's not
could
gonna-
watch them. They'll stand out there and they'll go, "Okay, what's coming on next?" And then they'll keep dancing, or let's go back to
Okay,
the
let's take a
chairs.
break. Let's take a
So
break.
that's
where
why
I'm
we're
at.
like,
yeah, that's where I'm at. I'm in that group. Yeah, you just described my dance
Let's take a
moves.
break. Let's take a break.
Have we danced?
so yeah, we try to keep them on the dance floor.
So let's give them some hot
great.
points of things coming up. Now remember, save the date. That's Saturday, June 17th. You can get out there around 6:30. Catch an early seat. The Wranglers will kick in about 8 o'clock. You
Yes,
said,
yes.
and then you can go all the way to about 10:30.
Yeah, that's right.
Right, fantastic. And so that's happening, and then you can catch the parade for the July 1st down at 9 a.m. down on what's that street?
Liberty Street.
Liberty
Say,
Street,
yeah,
that's right.
everything happens downtown, right
That's
there.
right, Liberty
Yes.
Street for the no inflatable, and then of course the June 18th is Father's Day.
Absolutely.
Very important. One of the most important holidays of the year. There.
Yes.
All
We
of our
all know.
daddies.
That's
Lots
right.
of love for our daddies.
Yes.
Yep.
I have a
And-
great dad, so got
I
a
do
shout out to him.
too,
Good,
yes.
bad, or indifferent.
I
It
love
doesn't
my
matter.
daddy.
You still
He's-
got
yeah.
it.
You're a daddy too,
He
so
still
kudos to
is.
you, Armando.
Thank you. Yeah, and dad's nevertheless, fathers nevertheless, all to be celebrated. Honor thy mother and father.
Yes.
You know, June 14th is Flag Day. July 4th, of course, Independence Day. July 23rd is Parents' Day. Let's bring that back. And that's the group thing. You know, that's where we
I
can
all
all
know
come
that
back
was a
together.
thing.
That's that way
I'm
we
writing
can,
that one down.
We can
Yes.
bring it
And
back
reminding
after Father's
people.
Day. Everybody comes back to earth. You know?
Yeah.
Yes, it's true.
Yeah.
Labor Day,
Definitely.
September 4th, and Mexican Independence Day,
El 16 de septiembre.
September 16th.
All right.
Right there, yes. So those are some of the major holidays, and we do have a event focus we want to bring up one more time. And of course, before I do that, July we'll also have the fireworks show at Breakwater Grill in Walden, which is very popular. Open
So
to
it's
the
on a
public.
Saturday?
Or
is it on the night of the
I
4th?
have that one.
Just to confirm. Usually,
June 24th is the Independence Day celebration for Shenandoah Park. And that's
Okay.
at Maplewood, Shenandoah, Texas. That's not what I'm looking for.
no.
No.
That's an early celebration, the 24th.
Yes.
The Rob Fleming Park, July 4th. The Red Hot and Blue at Rob Fleming Park, July 4th. That's Creekside Forest Drive in Spring, Texas. A little out of our jurisdiction, but you know, it's a
Shout out to
it's a
Spring.
I've
celebration.
been to that show. It's good.
Oh.
It's good.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah, it's good.
The Waterway's doing theirs July 4th at 24 Waterway Avenue in the Woodlands. The 26th annual Red Hot and Blue Festival fireworks show and extravaganza. You can find that online.
Nice.
Red Hot and Blue Festival.
Okay.
And the Breakwater Grill is July 4th. And we're expecting
nice.
an update at 13109 Melville Drive in
Good.
Montgomery.
Yes.
It's on a
Traditional-
Tuesday, right?
So it's on. It's fun when they actually do it on July 4th, right? I mean, it's
I know, right? I remember one year it was like all festivities were on a Sunday night and
Yes.
July 4th the next day. We're like, what?
I know.
It
It's
doesn't
just
feel the
it
same,
feels
right?
so much more patriotic on the day of.
Yes,
you know,
July
Give me
4th.
some fireworks on the
Yes.
4th of July.
I
And
agree.
then I think the whole town is in a tribute band. And I call these tribute bands. I thought, okay, we must be cutting a corner because it's cheaper
Okay.
than hiring Waylon Jennings. But I found out that it's not. I went and saw the Highwaymen over at, which is Chris Christopherson, Willie Whaling, and Cash over at Bernhardt Winery.
Yes, you did mention
And so
that.
they
I
all
remember
came
you
out
said
there. It was cool. It was cool. They were like straight in costume, dressed like Willie Nelson. It is, it
That
was
is neat,
like
though,
the
yeah.
Chris Christopherson. That was different, but
so beautiful out there.
yeah,
I love
it
out
is.
there.
And so they've got the Michael Jackson guy coming out from Level 1, and
Nice.
I saw Level 1 is Level 1 band, and it just plays funk and covers, and then they have some of their own music, and it's a big band, but it's being laid out as a Michael Jackson tribute band for the sake of Bernhardt because it likes the tribute bands.
Yeah.
And our audiences here are
Yes.
taking to these.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, we've seen
They
everything.
are.
Foreigner,
I'm telling you.
Double Vision's the name of that one. It's
Have
the
you
Foreigner.
been out there? It gets
You know, I
rowdy
have
and
not, which
rowdy.
is terrible.
You need to go.
But I know they do Eagles, an Eagles tribute
saw
band.
that.
The
Beach
Beatles.
Boys? Beach
yeah,
Boys were there
the
last
Beatles.
week or
Yes.
week before.
I mean, they have a lot
Okay,
of cool
next
stuff
time we're
going
all
on.
going.
We got-
Yeah,
we're all going.
absolutely.
We've got Johnny Cash, and he's played here at the Owen Theater a few times. We've got Rod Stewart tribute band coming out there to the Bernhardt Winery, and the Michael Jackson, and a bunch of others. And I went through Deep Root's schedule, and they had a similar itinerary of tribute bands, but they're different ones. And then when you go to look, I mean, I found like a good 200 Elvises, but I'm still looking.
Yeah.
Still looking.
Still looking.
For the perfect
Look away.
Elvis.
For the perfect Elvis.
Yes.
I think
There
the
was
world
only
is-
one, right?
Yes, they're
Yes,
still trying to
there
find the
was.
king.
I know.
But
I know.
so the 17th, come on out. Come
Yes.
visit with Steph,
Absolutely.
my high school buddy. And is there anybody we give a shout out for their support and helping you, other than your team that you've mentioned?
Yeah.
Is there some business there or someone that's been really kind of
Honestly, every single business downtown Montgomery, they're so supportive.
Good.
Just come out, give them some business, show them some
There you go.
love. I mean, this is about community. And I definitely want to shout out to the city of Montgomery for partnering with us and making this an even more successful event. It's
Well, I'd like to give a couple quick shout outs before we wrap the show up.
Sure.
If everybody else
Yes.
has anything in conclusion.
Well, I just want to make sure one property group will be out there supporting you because we're right out there.
So I
Nice.
shout out to one
Historical,
property
yeah.
group.
Yes,
a shout
yes.
out, a
So
shout out
definitely.
to Stephanie Fox. A shout out to those
you,
folks in the
Stephanie.
Montgomery
Thank you
Grove,
so
the people
much.
I don't know yet, but I plan to. Barsh Auto for always his help in different things. Constable for coming out,
Yes,
Cash,
thank
and
you. Constable
praise for his
Cash.
work and what he does, and hope all that's well. And folks, if you want to follow the show, you can go to facebook.com/txticket or go to Lone Star Community Radio website. We'll put those in the links down below. You can see us on a variety of different platforms. We'll put all those links down there. You can catch us there. And catch us every Friday at 1 o'clock for new uploads here. If you'd like to sponsor the show, you can go to facebook.com/txticket and catch us there. We look forward to seeing you. We'll see you next week, folks.
Adios.
thank you.
Lone Star Radio.